Hey, how's it going? Kia ora, welcome back to the channel. This week I've just been hanging out waiting to give away my latest 4-inch drone build. On a side note, if you want to get into that drawer, you can find that with the link in the description to join my Patreon community. Anyways, I thought I'd do this video about how I'm recording my FPV video stream on that 4-inch build, which we're going to call Coffee and Drone. This is for those who are looking for a cheaper way to record your FPV stream, or where your goggles don't actually have an inbuilt DVR like mine do. So, let's run through what I use. Alrighty, so I'm using this set of Eachine EV800 Goggles. They're pretty basic goggles, and yeah, they've been serving me well for the last wee while. Now there are plenty of reviews about these, but I quite like them for a few reasons. Number one, they unclip like this, and you can convert them into a screen. That's pretty ace, I reckon, so you can use the screen independent of goggles. So if someone doesn't want any goggles, they can use that. Perfect. Number two, they have a really nice bright LCD screen, and really, I haven't seen much lag. I think they've been pretty good. And number three, they're very easy to hack, and you can get an AV line out like I've done here. Choice. Okay, so this is what I've been doing. I'm using this UVC capture dongle, and I run the AV line out of here. Through these AV cables with an RCA composite. So just simply plug that in there and move that out of the way. And yeah, so you run obviously the yellow line, which is the AV signal, into the yellow AV single input into the UVC. Now these UVCs, they're pretty affordable, $10 or so, $10–15. So from here I run this either into my Windows laptop, or if I'm out and about I can run the UVC into my Android phone using this on-the-go cable, an OTG cable. Now there are heaps of guides on how to do all this, and so I thought, well, let's do something a little bit different and see whether the software makes a difference to the stream you're recording, and perhaps makes a difference to the video quality. Now as a note, I've kept the whole cheapskate theme going on here, and I've only used free versions of the software either in Windows or in the app environment of Android. So let's just flick to the computer screen, and here's the apps that I'm going to be using. These are the ones that I've either found that other people have rated highly on the App Store, or I've actually got them free, my UVC player. Here we have the balloon camera player, and now this one actually came on the DVD when I brought my UVC dongle. And then this one here called the OBS Studio software. This is pretty good bit of freeware that you can get your hands on. And finally, the other one that came with my UVC was this Home Tech TVR, which is kind of like a Power DVD, except you can record the streams as well. I'm not sure if you can do it on Power DVD, but yeah, that's something from a while back. And then on the old Android, so for me, I'm running a Nexus 6P, and as I said, I'm using the OTG cable, and we're using USB camera app, and we're using another one which is called FPV Droid. Which is actually more based for Pixhawk type flight controllers and integrating into tower and all that sort of good stuff, but actually is pretty good for recording a stream on your phone too. So let's get out of here, let's get outside and let's do some flying. Alright, so we're outside, and it's a beautiful overcast day here in the Waikato, heading into winter. So the light conditions are not too glary. But one issue that may be a problem is a little bit of extra humidity, and that has a bit of an effect on the 5.8 gigahertz transmission that we use for our camera streams. But anyway, it's all things being equal for this test, so let's strap on some packs onto this 4-inch quad and fly around the circuit. Alright, so we've got a pretty simple circuit set up today just for this demo purpose. So we're just going to start off by the water trough, go up to the water tank, do a loop around the water tank, come back down around the lamppost, and as we go I'll be counting how many blue screens we get and how much static we're getting, and then we'll do a bit of a pause and have a look at how much pixelation we've got in any particular ones and take some notes there. So we're coming up to water tank corner here. Let's see what happens. Oh, I'm starting to see a little bit of breakout in my goggles, and it looks like OBS has turned that into blue screen from the UVC feed. So as our first pause here, well, from my opinion, I think the balloon player and the hone stick look pretty good there. The only thing I've been noticing is the hone stick. It's quite jittery. I don't know if it's doing something with it. Instead of going blue screen, it's got a jitter or something there, if it's to do with the frame rates. I'm not quite sure, but you can see even the balloon player, even though it's a little bit better picture quality, is a bit more static than the other ones. OBS Studio, it's got slightly different colour. It looks a bit more washed out. It looks like more blue in it or something. I don't know. It looks different, I guess. So here we go, flick around that tree there, and then that's about it. Alright, so on to the Android apps here. Same circuit, same thing, and first up notice that actually the picture colours are actually quite consistent and quite good, and probably rightly so since they're essentially the same company. But a little bit of difference here, I reckon. The USB recorder on the left just had a slightly sharper picture. Very similar static, but yeah, it's hard to tell. We'll tally the sums at the end and we'll see how we go with how many blue screens are getting. They seem to be not too bad. Hand the lighter right. And as we head down through here, see there's a bit of static on the FPV droid there, but nothing on the USB camera, which is quite interesting. Flick around the tree, everything seems pretty stable. You don't get any jitter or anything like we did with the other software, and there we go. Let's bring it into land and we'll see how we look. Okay, so on to the data. So this is what I've done. So you can see I've got the Android side here and then the Windows side here. Each of the software that we used, I've counted the number of blue screens and also counted the number of occurrences I've spotted static in the video stream as well. So what I've done, I've make it easy to view. I've highlighted in green the apps or software that have had the lowest count. So you can see FP Droid and USB camera, they're the best there for those two. And Honestick TVR and the OBS Studio were best for static and then blue screens. Or the other way around actually. So yeah, it's quite interesting. The Honestick didn't have any blue screens, but I think it might be cheating a little bit with that grey screen. So you can see with the balloon player, it didn't really score high in either. It's a bit higher on static and a bit lower on the blue screens, but essentially it's, well, yeah. Although it's not overly dramatic, there is a little bit of a difference between the software you use and whether you use Android or Windows. So my pick would be that I'd probably start using the FPV Droid maybe, and probably keep using the balloon player. I guess if you guys have an experience of different software, well, drop me a line, leave a comment. Cool. Well, have a great week flying, and I'll talk to you again soon. And as always, the best way we can build this channel is to just click the like button and share these videos. And if you want to have the chance for me to send you this build, head over to Patreon and join the BFG community. Over there you'll be in the running for this quad, plus all sorts of other little goodies that I send out from time to time. Until next time, bye!